All right, we have a word problem here that involves percent markup. So let us go ahead and read the problem and figure out a strategy for solving. So the problem reads that using a markup of 35% of cost, a store priced a book at $8.91. And we have to determine the price of the book before that markup. All right, now, if we were to take 35% and express it as a decimal and multiply it by the original price of the book, that would only give us the amount of the markup itself and not the total amount of the new price. This price right here represents the original cost of the book plus the additional markup. So multiplying the original price of the book by 0.35 would only give us the amount being marked up, not the total including the markup. So what we should do is just add a 1 here because this total price here includes the original amount before being marked up plus whatever the markup is. The original cost is 100% or the total plus that 35% extra for a total of 135. So basically we're taking 1.35 and multiplying it by whatever that original price is. So really when you think about it, we have 135% increase of the original price to get our new price, which is $8.91. So now we have a simple equation here that we can solve for our unknown variable, the price of the book in this case. So let us go ahead and divide both sides by 1.35. And what I'm going to do is bring up a calculator real quick. So we have 8.91 being divided by 1.35, which gives us 6.6. So the price of the book was equal to $6.60. We have to add a 0 because we're dealing with money. All right, now let's take another approach to this problem. Another way to look at this problem is there is a percent increase or a percent change of whatever the original price was. Now the equation that we use for a percent change is we take the new value and we subtract it with the old value and we divide that by whatever that old or original value was. And that is going to give us some decimal value that we can just express as a percentage. All right, now we know that our percentage here is going to be 0.35. So if we did know the old price, we know the new price, that's $8.91. But if we knew the old price and we subtracted it from the new price and divided it by the old, we would get 0.35. So here's what we're going to do. Let's take our new price of $8.91, 8.91, and we're going to subtract the old, but let's assume we don't know what that old price is. We know that it's $6.60, but let's just, for a moment, pretend we don't know that, and just let's call this X here. And of course, we also have that same value on the bottom, so let us call that X and set it equal to 0.35. Now what we're going to do is solve for X by multiplying both sides by X. Because we're dividing this side by X, we have to get rid of that denominator by multiplying by X as a numerator. So those X's cancel out, and we can multiply 0.35 by X to balance our equation. All right, so that leaves us with 8.91 minus just 1x here is equal to 0.35x. All right, what we're going to do next is we're going to move this negative 1x on this side to the other side by doing the inverse of subtracting 1x, which is adding 1x. So now what we're left with on the left is 8.91 is equal to 1x plus 0.35x, which when combining those like terms is 1.35x. Now what we can do is divide both sides by our coefficient of 1.35. And notice at this point, we have the same situation that we did up here where we're dividing 8.91 by 1.35, which we already know to be equal to $6.60. So there you have it. You have a couple ways there that you can approach this particular percent markup word problem.